Hello, this video is what an American thinks about Denmark. I was in Denmark maybe like a week. I rode my bike from Sweden, from Stockholm to Copenhagen, so I went across the northern tip of that island and then rode down to Copenhagen. And I stayed in Copenhagen like, I think 3 nights. 1 night in a hostel and 2 nights camping. And then I rode away. One day to the edge and took the to the southern tip of the next island, and it took the boat to Germany. So never went to the mainland of Denmark, but Denmark, very expensive. I think it's more expensive than Sweden, maybe a little bit, but Sweden's expensive too. The McDonald's have free internet, which is cool. Well, all over Europe except for Germany and like Switzerland, and you know, don't have it free internet there. But bike paths everywhere. More so than Sweden, Norway, and Finland. Denmark is like the Netherlands. I rode bike paths, well, not as much as the Netherlands, but close. Because I did ride on the roads, but I did do a lot of riding on bike paths when I was in Denmark. A lot of biking, like big biking city. Copenhagen is probably the most biking packed city I've ever seen, even more than Amsterdam. I mean, bikes everywhere. Bike paths just jacked stock full of bikers. Bikers stop at a red light and you see like 30 bikers there. And then it goes and it's a whole pack. Yeah, more than Amsterdam. I mean, people biking like crazy out there. Just around the town bikes, you know, but they go fast too. Faster than the Dutch. I think the Dutch are stoned. Even though somebody says that, you know, only 20% of Dutch have smoked weed in their life and 40% of Americans have. I don't know if that's true. A Dutch person said that on a YouTube video, but yeah, Swedes were going pretty fast. And Copenhagen's really pretty. It's right on the sea. They have this really beautiful church with this like spiral staircase that goes around the edge of it, and it's like you get vertigo as you go on the top, which I thought was really cool, painted gold. And then they have this like open green space with paths going through it. That's right next to the downtown area of Copenhagen that I could camp in because the grass was 5 feet high. And they look like the Swedes and the Norwegians. They're not as fat as the Swedes. The Swedes were fat generally, comparatively. But I think the Danes were taller. It seemed like when I got to Denmark, there was like tall people around. Not as tall as the Dutch, though. The Dutch are giants. Let's see. Yeah, and then I rode down a lot of bike paths. And, yeah, friendly, outgoing people, too. The weed's illegal there, pretty much. Well, it's illegal, but you can buy weed, like, right on the street. You see weed everywhere when you go to this little suburb called Christiania. And it's funny because when you get the map of the city, you know, it's like, here's the city, and here's the, you know, with all the names of the streets. You look at Christiania, which I heard is the second most visited place in all of Copenhagen after, I can't remember. After their amusement park that they have right there in the middle. But it's called Pusher Street. You know, Pusher? Like a drug dealer? That's what it's officially called on the map and on the road. And you go in and there's like marijuana and hash all over the place on tables. But it's illegal. Like the cops would come every once in a while and like try and bust them, but they'd pick it up in the little, you know, tablecloths that they're on and throw it on the roof and like hide it and like, you know, until the cops go away, you know. But yeah, it was the only place other than Amsterdam, or only country other than the Netherlands in Copenhagen, where you can actually buy stuff on the street. It's really cool. And yeah, Copenhagen's very beautiful. It's right on the edge of the city, the sea. They have like this like standing river, like or slow moving big river going right through the middle of it. And then next to it, they have this other pretty much look like a river. These huge like lakes, perfectly like rectangle, but one after the other. So it's kind of like a city with 2 rivers going through it. Instead of just one, you have 2. I think it's the only city where I've seen this like that, so that's really cool. I guess in that respect, similar to Amsterdam, although, you know, Amsterdam's got canals freaking everywhere. It's insane. Like every street's like a canal. I love Amsterdam, but Denmark was really cool. I liked Denmark. really friendly too. This one guy, at a rainbow gathering in Finland, it was a Dane, invited me over to hang out with him, eat mushrooms and stuff, and so yeah, Denmark is cool. But that's about all I have to say about that.